Welcome to another episode of TCTF, True Crime Truth Finders. But first things first, we do our best at presenting these cases based on facts and evidence. We request that you do the same and come to your own conclusions. We are in no way making any accusations against anyone involved in this case at any time.
Derion Vence's first court appearance ended with a judge stating that his bond was going to be $1 million. A court-appointed official had requested that his bond be set at only $5,000, but the judge said that he has reasonable cause to believe that Derion may not show up to court, therefore set his bond for $1 million. During the arrest warrant that was read in the court appearance, there was some evidence that was stated, and some of that evidence that led to Derion's arrest was blood drops that were outside of the bathroom, in addition to some scent dogs hitting on the scent of human decomposition near or in and around the trunk of Maleah's mom's car. I've been doing some research on decomposition, and I can tell you that decomposition doesn't just start immediately after someone has passed away. Decomposition starts a period of time after somebody has passed away. It also depends on the temperatures, where the body might have been, the location of the body, as in where the body might have been, the weather in a number of different essences and angles, and more. It also depends on the age of the human, and again, more. So it appears that when the dogs hit on that, she had already been deceased for at least a period of time. Maybe a few hours, maybe a couple days. It was also stated that there was additional evidence that was caught on surveillance. We've heard of this as well, and that evidence has been stated to be Derion walking out of the apartment with a laundry basket. That laundry basket is said to be filled with a trash bag. There have even been people who have pointed out pictures, which you will see in some videos that I have posted, that they think that they see Maleah's face in an outline. I don't know if it's that or if it's us trying to see something out of a picture, but you can have a look for yourself. Let me know in the comments below what you think. I'd like to know what you guys think in regards to the mother as well. I feel that the mother had a duty to protect her child, and if she knew these things were going on, such as the things that have come out in the last few days. The mother of Maleah has said that she knew that her daughter was being abused, or that she suspected she was being abused by Derion, and she thought that she was being abused not only physically but sexually as well. She even outlined how she saw that there were bruises on Maleah and they were not made by her, and how there were a number of occasions where Derion had supposedly taken all 3 kids to the daycare, but it was later discovered that he was bringing back Maleah. She said that this led her to believe eventually that Maleah was being sexually abused. It was also said that after Maleah's mother decided that she was going out of town because her father had passed away, I'm not really sure what happened. It was said by the man representing her in the press conference that she went out of town to spend some time with her father before he passed away, but I've seen an obituary, and the obituary states that he passed away at least weeks before she went out there. She went out there at the end of the month, and I've seen on different sources contradicting information, but it appears that he passed away sometime between the 6th and the 11th of April. Brittany, Maleah's mother, didn't go out of town until the end of April. So I'm not really sure if maybe just some people had a misunderstanding as far as the facts and when her father passed away and when she went out of town, or maybe what she was doing when she went out of town. But I have a hard time coming to terms with the fact that there's so much contradicting information. I'm also confused with the fact that it appears that Brittany and Derion got in an argument over some supposed naked pictures that were sent to another man from Derion's phone. This was an argument that had happened right before Brittany was supposedly leaving to go to the airport. They had this supposed blow-up argument, yet she proceeds to leave all of her children, at least the 2 that we know of, Maleah and her little brother, with Derion and go out of town. I understand that she was going out of town for purposes beyond her control, or so it is said, but at the same time, you also have a duty to protect your daughter. If you know that things were going on behind the scenes, and even if you didn't want to believe those things, she should have done something to protect Maleah while she was gone, or taken Maleah with her. Maleah was only 4 or 5. Again, a lot of contradicting information. We don't even know how old her baby brother is, either 1 or 2. But regardless, Maleah had just had brain surgery a few weeks prior. So I understand there might have been some restrictions and maybe she wasn't able to go out of town or something. Again, me just speculating. But at the same time, unfortunately, her father was already deceased and there was nothing that she could do about that. Her daughter, on the other hand, is now deceased. And she left, this is what she says, she left knowing that he had done these things to her. There are a lot of people that are speculating that maybe Maleah was actually deceased prior to her mother, Brittany, leaving to go out of town. This is also a possibility, but I would hate to accuse somebody of doing something. I know for sure that regardless of the situation, she did not protect her daughter like she is supposed to. I was abused as a kid, and I do everything in my power to make sure that my son is not going to be abused. I'm super sketchy with what he does and who he's around. And every time he's around people, even the people that I trust the most, I'm so protective of him. Maleah's mother says that she was abused as a kid, and this could have led her to some of the actions and for her to be dismissive of some of these actions that Derion may have performed on or done or abused or whatever against Maleah. And that's just not an excuse to me. I find it ridiculous and it upsets me. It actually infuriates me. I have not heard if Brittany's mother has been charged with anything, although Derion has been charged with tampering with evidence. And as you can see, it also says with a human corpse. Obviously, it is clear at this point that law enforcement agents do not believe that Maleah is alive. Unfortunately, I have thought this from the very beginning, and I was just hoping that it wasn't going to be true. The search for Maleah still continues as her body has not been found. I'm going to be teaming up here in the next few days with Crime and Coffee, also known as CC or CC Live. We are going to talk about our experiences and how they relate to this situation and how we feel that people have a duty, especially parents, have a duty to protect their children. This is based on experiences, again, from our childhood and growing up and the relationships that we have been in and how we now portray our life and taking care of our children. It has done the complete opposite for us that it did for Brittany, Maleah's mother. So stay tuned for that. Please leave a comment below and let me know what your thoughts are. Do you think that Maleah was unfortunately deceased before Brittany went out of town? I've also seen some comments and some theories being thrown around that maybe Brittany really didn't go out of town as far as getting on a plane and traveling. I've heard that maybe that was just a ploy and she was deceased prior to Brittany even leaving. Again, this is speculation and theories, but that maybe that she was deceased prior to Brittany leaving, and once Brittany was already gone, she thought that that was a good alibi to use. It's unfortunate that the mother and the supposed stepfather, which it came out later that he was only the fiance, also now the ex-fiance of Maleah's mother, Brittany. It's unfortunate that her mother says that her and Derion spent 8 hours after it was discovered that Maleah was missing, being interrogated by police. Maleah's mother, Brittany, did not say any of these things, to my understanding, because she said that nothing substantial came out of those 8 hours of interrogation. She said instead they should have been spending their time putting out an Amber Alert and searching for Maleah, yet they didn't. Now we're finding out a week to the day that Derion said that he took Maleah and her baby brother to go pick up Brittany from the airport. That was a Friday. We find out the following Friday all of these things that Brittany supposedly knew or suspected, and it took a whole week for her to come out and say those things. It has also been revealed that Brittany was going to tell law enforcement all of these things and more after the press conference came out on Friday afternoon. Again, stay tuned for more information and please comment below. I would really like to know your thoughts on this.